So this is a bit of a, sorry, this is a dirty day at work, so I went home, showered, and changed, and wasn't going out, so I put on my house coat. It's kind of a crappy day outside. But the point of this video is to do some comparisons between some Chinese chainsaws. And these are both Sanoa clones. On the right here, we have the proyama, marketed as a 58cc saw. And here we have the supmix that's marked as 60cc saw. Anyways, I've not run either of these. Back this up a little bit. I haven't run either of these. It's on my list of things to do. But someone was commenting on how this one is much better. So here's my 2 cents on that. I know for a fact this one is actually a 49.3cc saw, measured pi r squared times height stroke, and that's what you get, 49.3 cc's. The submix is 54.5 cc's, same as the other submix, and that the other submix pulls a lot harder than the Radley, which has the same board stroke as this one. And these saws are all basically the same. The proyama, it came with a EPA bullshit catalytic converter muffler, which that's in the garbage now. Well, I didn't throw it in the garbage, but I ordered one that's kind of the same style as the submix, because that neuters the saw. So comparing it to like the Radley, because the Radley is basically the same saw, and my other submix mechanically is basically the same saw. Well, it is the same saw, and this one will run circles around this one, or the other submix will run circles around the Radley. I'm sure it'll be the same with these two. And so, build quality. So this proyama, it's actually, it's got a nicer starter handle than some of them. This plastic cover is kind of shit, because you gotta, after you unscrew this, you kind of gotta pull it out to pop that off. But it does have a nice air filter set up. Yeah, see, it's all the way unscrewed. Oh, it won't pop off. You really gotta pull it. But it's got the nice pleated air filter system. I do prefer that. No, it's so much fucking oil in here. It's the assembly loop. But anyways, I'm sure this will be a good saw. Like I said, I've got like 5 of these fucking things already. 3 of them are runners. There's the Beijing Banshee, there's the Radley, and then there's Submix. And the Submix is the one I put the 372 carburetor on. And that thing's running great. There's one slight issue with it, but it's actually fairly minor that I will just kind of ignore, because this top cover sucks on this thing. But so when I bought this saw, it came with a 18-inch bar, which is now on the Beijing Banshee, and then the 22-inch bar, which is actually only like 20.5 inches. But it is what it is. No doubt this will be a perfectly acceptable saw to use, because most of these Chinese saws are actually quite a bargain. This came with nicer dogs. These dogs are a little more useful. But anyways, this coat's getting way on me. If me wearing a house coat and falling open gets me views, that will frighten me a little bit. Unless it's girls, but that still frightened me. What's wrong with you? I'm just an old man. But anyways, the submix. This submix, nicer submix. This is actually, this thing's got crazy compression. And that's with the Easy Pull starter. Yeah. Submix, 6230. This thing is, the fit and finish on this one is the nicest of any of the Chinese saws I own by far. That's not saying it's any better, because just because the plastic seems to fit together better doesn't mean it's actually any better. It's all the same shit. It's got the, see this air filter, even though the saw isn't run, I actually put some silicone around the edges, because people have reported that leaks. I don't know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But this has a bigger air filter set up than the supmix does. Supmix has the smaller filter. If you're familiar with Chinese saws, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's oh, that's supmix compared to the proyama. It has sight glasses for your fuel level, which, I mean, maybe you like that, maybe you don't. I like it. It's kind of handy because you can just kind of like, oh yeah, there's fuel in there, which is good. This is the cheaper choke knob. But see, one thing I really like about the supmix is it has a choke and it has a high idle lock. I prefer that because the proyama is built-in throttle lock to carburetor, but it has a primer bulb. I fucking hate primer bulbs. If you have a properly operating chainsaw, there's no reason for a fucking primer bulb. No reason whatsoever. That's fucking stupid. The Radley's like that too. And the thing is, they have them, but I never use them because I have the saws so they're running well. There's really no reason for it. Other differences, the proyama comes with a standard 3/8 full chisel chain, which I like a full chisel 3/8 chain. I do prefer it. Whereas the supmix, show my boob there. The supmix has a 325 full chisel chain, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just prefer 3/8 full chisel. But the other submix I have, I converted the sprocket on there to 3/8 chain. I'm running 24-inch bar on that, but that's got the 372 carburetor, and it's running very strong. Very, very strong. One other thing between the submix and the proyama. Submix, the chain tensioner is right there, whereas the proyama has it on the side. Now, that's personal preference, I guess. I find, like, especially on the Chinese saws, when they have the side tensioner, it's very clunky and not very positive. Like, the gears aren't meshed together very well. So I kind of actually prefer the front screw. I have Husqvarna's, Poulin's, Home Lights, McCulloch's, and they all have the adjuster on the front. So to me, that's really not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of nice to have it on the side, but it's personal preference, I guess. I don't mind, because you know what? Usually if I'm out sawing, I mean, I don't just have to scrunch. I actually have like a long flat blade screwdriver, so it's like easier to get in there, because some saws it's here, some saws it's not here. Actually, I prefer when they're actually on the power head side, but that's personal preference. Yeah. As far as Chinese saws go, this one's actually pretty kind of sexy. Hey, look at that. I like this saw. It's nice looking. And if it runs anything like the other Chinese saws that I have, or the other submix, it's perfectly fine. I might actually order another one of these just because I can. But anyways, YouTube, I hope everyone's having a good week. I'll talk to everybody later. Hopefully this weekend I'll get some sawing done. The weekend of the 15th, actually, I'm going out to actually get firewood, so I think I might bring these two and just break them in. They haven't been run yet, so we'll be breaking. Although this one, was it this one? Yeah, I made a video but never posted. But when I unboxed this one, I was just playing with it, just checking the compression. The ignition was on, choke was out. Pulled it, she popped. They must test these from the factory because it's always brand new. It was not used, but I mean, she popped because she had fuel, and I'm like, okay. Hopefully the wife didn't hear that, but whatever. Anyways, YouTube, Kevin out. Everyone's having a good weekend, or week. It's a week, not the weekend yet. But I'll talk to everybody later. Hope everyone's groovy. Take her easy.